are Singapore's MasterChef. This is the proudest moment of my life so far. I've worked so hard to get here. This journey is absolutely priceless.
Hi guys, I'm Inderpal. Welcome to Cosentino. Good evening everyone. I'm Inderpal, the winner of MasterChef Singapore Season 4. Thank you for all the love and support you guys have shown me. So in turn, I'm going to show you guys a recipe that's very close to home. It's something that I make for my family very often, and ever since I've gotten my Thermomix, the recipe has just become so much easier. So the recipe is a fish Satti Sorru. So Satti Sorru is traditionally made in a clay pot with leftover curry. But today we're going to make everything from scratch and then incorporate the curry into the rice while steaming the fish. It's a very simple recipe, so let's get started, yeah? So the recipe will be available at the end of this video, so sit back, relax and enjoy the show. Let's get started. So this recipe is broken up into 5 main steps. The first step is the tadka, what we call tadka in Punjabi, which is called the tempering. So once we've grinded out the tempering, then we're going to cook it with the other spices like lime leaf and some cumin seeds with the ghee. The next step that we have for you is incorporation of the masala powders that I have over here. And we also will move on to the last step where we cook it with the coconut milk while also cooking the fish in the Varoma with the vegetables. The final step before plating will be seasoning, and then we'll plate. Yeah, so it's a simple recipe. Let's begin. So for the start of the recipe, we're going to take the onions or the shallots with the coriander root, galangal and lemongrass, chili padis, and curry leaves. So what we're going to do, we're just going to blitz that up, speed 10, 30 seconds. Just want to get that into a paste. If you feel the mixture is a little bit dry, you can introduce some water into there. So we're just going to introduce some water into it so it blends a little bit easier. Just scrape off the sides, make sure everything is back in there before we start on the next step. So what you want is a rough paste because we don't want to make it into, too pasty. We want to have a little bit of the morsels of the sweetness from the onions, a little bit of the tartness from the lemongrass, as well as earthiness from the galangal. So once you scrape it down, let's move on to the next step. You just want to add a tablespoon of ghee. 1 tablespoon there. You're going to get about a half tablespoon of some cumin seeds, and lastly some lime leaves. So again, you can introduce a little bit of water to make sure it blends correctly. Just cover it, and this is where the cooking begins. Just going to set it at 80 degrees for about 7 minutes. Low speed of about speed 4. I'll wipe it first. Again, lower down. Wipe it down further. So this is the texture that you're looking for. You want it just a little blended but not too fine, yeah? So the reason why is because you're going to have a little bit of that pop of spice in the rice when you have it later. So right now we're going to add the masalas and a little bit of seasoning in there. So we have the fish curry powder. So just go in with 3 tablespoons of this. And you want some coriander powder as well, so about 1 tablespoon of coriander powder. Add salt to taste. And also, while we're doing this, we're going to be steaming the fish and the vegetables. So I'm just placing the fish in the Varoma and the vegetables as well. So I've just lightly seasoned the fish with a little bit of fish curry powder and salt. And for the vegetables, I've just done a little bit of salt. So if you want to make it a bit more rich at this point, you can add a tablespoon of ghee, but I don't think I'll be doing that today. So place the lid on before putting the Varoma, and then add about a half cup of water so that everything mixes nicely. So place the Varoma on, cover. So this dish can probably be kept for 1 or 2 days, but I wouldn't go longer than that because it's got fresh coconut milk in there. Still not available now. So this one serving could probably go, one serving in this Thermomix could probably feed 3 to 4 people easily. So Satti Sorru is a very unique dish that actually has existed for a very long time, but it suddenly made a big comeback in the food scene in Singapore because it is actually what South Indians call leftover rice. So it's leftover curry that they steam the rice in, they cook the rice in the curry itself, and then it becomes this almost like a risotto-like texture. But it's not really risotto, it's a bit more curry rice. So let's check on the fish first. That's looking beautiful. Then we'll put the Varoma back on once we put the coconut milk and lime juice. So at this point in time, we're going to be adding a little bit more salt because you want to go a little bit higher on the salt because you're going to add rice to this dish later. And now we're going to be introducing some coconut milk. So to bring out the natural flavors of that, we're going to add some sugar as well as lemon juice, just so the aromatics pop a bit more. Yeah. So at this point in time, we're going to go in with the coconut milk. Juice of about half a lime. Just a little bit more salt. And about a tablespoon of sugar. So we're going to let that cook again. We're just going to cook this. So let the coconut milk and all of the other spices make friends in there. At this point in time, shift it to stir mode and just go at speed 3 in reverse. So I've made some rice beforehand. You can even use overnight rice. I've just stirred through some ghee so that the morsels don't stick to each other later when we're stirring it in. And that will be the final step. And we're ready to eat. Now we can check on that curry. Oh, yes, that looks great. Thank you. Don't forget to like and share, guys. So at this point in time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the vegetables into the curry so that they can be incorporated with the rice. The fish will go on last, yeah? So some of you may be wondering why I didn't just put the vegetables directly in the curry. Steaming keeps the integrity of the vegetables better, the nutrients higher. So now it's just going to mix in with the rice so you get, you know, a healthier meal. So here we go with the rice. Give the Thermomix a scrape down as well, make sure everything gets incorporated. Yeah. So the lid goes back on, and we're just going to stir this for 1 minute in reverse, speed 3. You can leave the fish, oh sorry, you don't need that anymore, my bad. The fish is ready, we're just going to stir through the rice. 1 minute, speed 3, in reverse. It's a very quick one-pot meal for busy families. Flavorful, healthy, delicious. What else do you need? Okay guys, we're about to plate up. Remember to like and share the tutorial. Follow us if you want to get more tutorials like this on your feed. Okay guys, time for my favorite part of any cooking video, eating. So let's plate. So as you can see, the consistency has become very nice and gluggy, which is exactly what you want. So it's sort of like having a mixed rice where you don't have to mix it, you know? What's not to like? So just going to plate that out there. Finish with the fish on top. A little bit of lime zest and coriander. Nice beautiful piece of fish that's absolutely falling apart thanks to the steaming. Go on with some fresh lime zest. Some fresh coriander. Give your bowl a little wipe. There you have it, guys. What a hearty meal. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Like and follow for more such recipes. Thank you.